So I thought I'd just do a quick update on yesterday's video where I did the baseboard and the track plan, just to show some of the thinking now around buildings and so on. And obviously a big change is I'm very tempted to put a big castle in the middle of it. Now that does take it away from the kind of marshy feel that I was trying to go for, but that would still be down this end. In fact, I'm contemplating putting a little rivulet in there under the track and out to the river to put a reason why this is separate from that, if that makes sense. It's its own, if you like, almost little branch. I got this the other day, little halt. I could even run a little passenger train down into it. So I quite like that. Signal box of some sort there. TMD in there, obviously not that building, but that's just there to represent it. I need to scratch bigger building. So let me know what you think about the castle. Too much or a nice focal point? I mean, if you're imagining the original use of the line and why a branch line had kept open, because although this isn't very UK looking, the history of branch lines are very similar actually in France or Germany or anywhere else. There has to be a reason for them to stay open. Well, the branch would originally have been built to serve the little town and the quay with its own town goods yard. Would that be enough to have kept the line open? Well, there's going to be a factory further up the line, but tourism was big. You know, if you had a castle here, that would be drawing people down to the little halt, the little tram halt. And I found I'd forgotten I'd got a really great little Tomix tram halt that will go in there. So not necessarily the final buildings. They'd certainly want painting and making looking much nicer. But the idea is the village there. This then could still be quite... I'm going to have a little road here, little level crossing across the head shunt up into the beginnings of the town. So the idea is you're hinting by having the buildings there that there's a larger town there. This is the station for it. This happened a lot in real life. You know, towns were cut off from the main network. Businessmen got together to run a branch, and the idea is this is going to go off when I go round the rest of the shed. The idea is that's going to feed into the big town, potentially even in behind me where the big loop layout will go. So it works quite well. I just quite like the castle there. I could put the castle over the back. I could do it sort of over there out of the way, I guess. But I quite like the idea of having it a bit front and centre. The castle at the back's a bit obvious, you know, let's tuck it out of the way. Yeah, so there you go, quick update. That's what I've been doing down here in the rain for about an hour, just kicking ideas around. I was also cleaning all the track up. It is all very second-hand. In fact, it's not quite true. I had to buy a few new bits. I just couldn't get hold of the second-hand stuff I needed. But all the points are second-hand and they've needed a bit of cleaning up. But they're running fine now. So there we go. Brief update. Let me know what you think about the castle and the ideas for the layout. I'll be interested to know what people think.